Yo, what's good? It's your girl Pika out here in Singapore, Monday at about 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's been a whirlwind of a week, you guys. So, if you've been following along, yes, there's been a disruption in service because I had people coming to town and I didn't have much of a schedule that I could really rely on, which is still no excuse because as a business owner, my business should come first regardless. But I fell off. I definitely fell off. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how everything went down. So, for those of you who were following along, last week, my mom's birthday, we had a 60th birthday celebration for her. My dad flew into town. My brother flew into town that morning. His fiance flew into town a couple days prior to him because she needed to go to Marin for a comedy event for her family, and then she drove back down. We caught up on Monday, and then it's been like wedding planning ever since. Every day it was something. So it was like shopping for her ROM outfit, shopping for a matching outfit for him, making sure that her dresses were delivered to the tailor to make sure that she was, all set up for the event itself. And then it was checking on dates and checking with the decorations guy to make sure that, we had the decorations sorted out, what we wanted, how we wanted them, everything to look perfect. And then, of course, catching up with friends and family because they don't live in Singapore, they live in Melbourne. So while they're here, they got to do all this stuff, right? Everything is jam packed. So, hence, I've been missing for about 3 days. I haven't been on social media the way I should be, and honestly, I did not plan for it, but this is one of my problems, right? So, I teach people about the 6 human needs, and that's something that Tony Robbins has been teaching for many, many years, and I didn't realize how much it applied to me until I took a step back and I was like, dang, when was the last post on Instagram? Oh my gosh, it was like 3, 4 days ago. So, as much as I love not planning and doing things off the cuff, when I get on and do my podcast, I don't plan anything. I kind of had a general idea of what I want to talk about and I kind of go with it, right? It's nothing scripted, it's not edited, it's just live and off the cuff. So when you hear me yawn, when you hear me sneeze, when you hear me like kind of like brain fart and I don't know what I'm talking about, that's all real. That's happening real live, right? But the other thing is, I really depend on a schedule of some sort. I like knowing when I can and can't do stuff. I do. I don't like rules, but they help me a little bit. You know what I mean? So when baby girl is in school, I know that I have to wake up at a certain time. So once I'm up, I'm up. And I get her dressed and she's off to school. And when I get back home, it's 7:30 in the morning and I'm wide awake. So why not jump right into work? And I work and work and work and work and I jam pack a lot of stuff until about 1:30. 1:30, I kind of slow things down. I make sure that I'm in a good place to move on. I pick up my stuff. I go pick up my daughter and I come back and I hang out with her the rest of the afternoon. We do homework. We play at the playground. We do all kinds of stuff. So it works for me because I know exactly when I can and can't work. I also know that she needs to go to bed at a decent hour so that I can get back to work if need be. It works, right? But this is June. It's the June holidays. It's the space of time between the first semester ending and the second semester starting. And she has a whole month to hang out. And guess what? Originally, I had so much planned because I thought I'd be able to jump in and start doing this video blog that I want to do. The concept is great. I know I need to reach out to a couple people and then just start filming. It would be great. It would be easy. But what happened? I am so grateful my mom came to visit me. But my dynamic at home changes when my mom is around because I can't just work all the time. I need to make sure I spend some time with her because who knows when I'll get to see her again. She doesn't live in the country either. So that also means that we cook a lot more. We end up watching TV a lot more, which also means it's a lot of dead space. I could be doing stuff, but I'm not because I want to enjoy that time with her. It's only a month. But that isn't to say that I can actually take off an entire month with my business because it's still in the baby stage. I'm not in a position where I can take off a month and still have things running in the background as if I'm still there. That will come. That will come. It won't be the beginning forever, but this is where I need to set the standard, right? But the other thing is I have my hands in so many things that not any one thing is working very well. But I'm recognizing that it takes some time for me to get away from the business itself, to take a look at it and be like, all right, this is what's working, this is not. This is what takes up a lot of time and this doesn't. This is where I should be putting in my efforts and this is where I shouldn't. And that's where my coach comes in. She tells me where I should be directing my energy and what really isn't focusing because I have this beautifully insane habit of busying myself with things that really don't matter. But they make me seem like I'm doing a lot. I feel like I'm doing a lot. I check a lot of things off a checklist and shit, but I'm not actually moving towards my goal. And that's something I need to work on. So sometimes the disruption in service is a big problem for me. but I'm using it as a place for me, like a vantage point, like, that hawk eye view of things to see what works and what doesn't work. Because things are not going to go to plan forever. There will be other holidays. There will be other pop-up things. There will be other places that I need to be, or conferences that I want to take, or classes that I want to attend. Maybe I'm called in to speak at a school, speak at an office. Maybe I'm teaching emotional intelligence. It could be at one of 100 places. But the point is, I need to be prepared for those things. So this month has been a major disruption in service. It has. It hasn't been the kind of service that you're used to getting. I'm used to being on all the time. I have posts that pop up every day on Instagram. I make sure that I use my memories and I write back about, the things that I've learned in the past. I share articles. I do a lot. But when things like this happen, I fall off. And it's not a bad thing. It's a growing curve. I need to learn to anticipate these things and make sure things are in place. But I'm not there yet. I've really been proud of the fact that I never plan anything. But here's where I need to start planning. Because let's say, for instance, that I was a $1 million business. I can't afford to fall off for one day, let alone 3. That's not okay. For people who are out there depending on checking out what I'm doing next, hearing from, whatever post I put out, maybe inspires and maybe it doesn't. I was looking at E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, and he posted, it's 5:30 in the morning where he is, and he posted immediately. And I know for a fact, whether he's up or not and he physically pushed the button or not, he probably knew what he wanted to put out, the message he wanted to put out. And I need to get there. That's my next goalpost. That's my next hurdle. So sometimes you don't know how to plan for the next step until something comes and disrupts the life that you have and you realize, all right, I need to do more than I am right now. I need to be prepared at all times. I need to make sure that no matter what happens, no matter how many hours I spend outside walking around Thekar Market, shopping for saris and blouses and helping, my sister-in-law plan for stuff, that I still have things working in my business on the back end because I planned for things to make sure there was no disruption in your service. It's not an easy thing. It's a mindset thing. I need to make sure that I treat this like a business. If I were to go to work, right? If I worked the Grand Hyatt again and I had to be gone for 3 days, I'd make sure someone else is covering my shift, right? Same thing. I have many apps that I can help plan what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm posting, all of those things. I can't help with the engagement part. That would be something that I need to do physically. I have to be there. I have to be on my phone. But the planning portion of that, where it pops up for people to look at, that's important. Because guess what I've also noticed? As I become more and more staggered with when I post and what I post, I'm losing the amount of followers that I usually have. That's not to say that my follower count on my page isn't growing. I'm talking about on each post, where I used to have 30 to 50 people like the post, and then maybe 10 to 15 people comment, I'm losing that. I'm losing the engagement portion, which is the more important part. So with that being said, this is where I know I need to level up. I need to make sure that my posts are out every day in every aspect, in every platform that I happen to be engaged on. And that for me is mostly Instagram and Facebook. I can't depend on anybody else. I am a one-man band. And I'm proud of that fact. But I can't boast about the fact that I don't plan anything anymore because I need to. I need to think about these things. And then as the inspiration hits, absolutely, keep on going. Keep adding to the posts. Keep doing extra, or at least planning the next information that you want on your queue of things that are posting. So obviously life happens when you're planning, and life happens whether you plan or not. What you do with that information, though, that's the key. And I could fall apart and I could be like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this and I haven't done that. It's like coming back from vacation when you go back to work, right? You have like 570 something emails and you're like, oh my God, I'd rather just not do any of this because it looks like a pile of work. But nah, you don't do that. You get to work. You start answering emails one by one and make sure you got everything sorted. Why? Because the longer you wait, the more emails pile up. It's not going to sit at 570. It's going to rise to 600, maybe 700 emails if you don't start answering them. So for me, I need to work on my processes. Because without my processes, I will get lost in the shuffle of busy work and I won't be out there serving my community the way I really could be. So I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it makes you think about how you're running your business or how you're running your life a little bit more. There's plenty of machines and plenty of apps out there that can help you optimize the time that you have with the work that you need to do. Do that. Fix that so you can free up some more brain space for you to do other things. There is a difference in working hard and working smart, and I want to learn to be even smarter about the time that I have with the work that I need to put out there. All right? So I hope this helps. Hope it made some sense. Hope it got you up and out of your bed and motivated a little bit, or rethinking the way you do things. Definitely got my eyes wide open. And y'all stay tuned. I'll be back soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.